Wesley Bolin Plaza sits across the street from the state capitol. It's home to the monuments that tell the story of Arizona. There's the giant guns of the USS Arizona, a statue remembering the Navajo code talkers, tributes to women's suffrage, and soon it could also be home to the Don Bolles Memorial.
Members, by your votes of 45 ayes, 11 nays, 4 not voting, you have passed Senate Bill 1335, signed in open session.
The State House overwhelmingly voted to allow for a monument honoring Bolles. He was murdered 49 years ago while investigating a shady land deal. He died 11 days after his car was blown up outside the Clarendon Hotel, where a bust of Bolles still sits today.
I really respect our rich history, and this was very important to our history.
Selena Bliss is the Republican lawmaker fighting to memorialize Bolles at the state capitol. Past efforts have fallen short due to strong resistance among her own party. But as a lifelong Arizonan, Bliss has never forgotten about the Bolles assassination.
And when that happened, it rocked our world. I remember it really affected our families, our communities, the fact that this could happen in the United States of America.
The proposal still needs to clear the Senate. Given that a similar bill stalled in the Senate last year, it's not a done deal. But Bliss said she's been assured that she will have the vote she needs to get the bill passed.
And if the Senate passes the bill and sends it up to the governor and she signs it, it's important to note that the money for the memorial's construction would not come from taxpayers. The money would have to be raised from outside sources. Guys, back to you.
Well, that answers one of my questions right there about funding for it. Dennis, is there a disconnect between the House and Senate? Because the House passed this overwhelmingly. What do you think what will happen with it in the Senate?
Well, Bliss told us, she feels confident it's going to pass this time in the Senate. Now, there's been a committee chairman in the Senate that held this bill last year. It's why it didn't get out, why it got stalled over there. The process they are using now, I think they feel they can avoid and get around that chairman and get this to the floor for a full vote of the Senate, where they do think they will have the votes to pass just like they did in the House. So,
and what are critics really pushing back against this?
I think some of it comes to just they just have a negative connotation, negative feeling about the media. There's some thoughts here that they don't feel like it's worth being memorialized at the Wesley Bolin Plaza. So there's a number of reasons for that. But bottom line is, if this gets on the floor for a vote, Bliss feels relatively confident that there's going to be a majority that supports putting Don Bolles, or at least allowing Don Bolles Memorial in Wesley Bolin Plaza.
She said it is a piece of Arizona history. We'll watch. Dennis, thanks.